Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Lady Belle. Welcome back. We missed last week, but we are back. November 17th, 321 days deep, Lady Belle. When you miss a week, instead of jumping from 7 days, you jump to 14 days. Now we 321 days deep. Only 44 days left this year, Lady Belle. I kicked off the 45-day grind yesterday. I got a little bit of my mojo back. I think I'm going about 80% tomorrow. I'm going to kick it in. I know you can't do it with me, girl, but I got to get back on this groove. I got to get back into this, girl. We got some work to do.
Yeah, we do.
But let's get back. I told y'all, we keep getting the question. Same old question. We went back. We're going to stay here. We're going to stay here for a couple weeks because a lot of your questions can be answered.
Yes.
A lot of your problems can be answered. A lot of your pain can be answered. A lot of your pressure can be lifted. If we go back to almost to the beginning, we got to go back to it. Recall and review. We have to go back a step.
Yeah.
We have to go back a step. Your problems ain't going to be solved. Your pressure going to be lifted. Your pain ain't going to be solved, but you can work your way through it. You can work your way through the pain. You can work your way through the problem. You can work your way through the pressure. Nothing's going to be solved overnight.
Right.
But if we had some help, if we had some answers, if we had some tools to work with, a lot of us did not have tools to work with. So last week we told y'all, when me and Vicky started this marriage boot camp thing, one of the first classes we would teach was you planned the wedding, but you did not plan the marriage. A lot of people, we don't see that, haven't we?
Yes, we
Over these 23 years, people plan the wedding. You plan that one day, but you don't plan that lifetime. Marriage is until death do you part. But you get together and you plan one day.
Every detail of the day, down to what color your earrings are, and all the bridesmaids, and all the groomsmen, and all the gifts. Every single
The location,
detail.
who you're going to invite.
You even plan the honeymoon.
You plan the honeymoon. You plan that one day. People plan the wedding, but they don't plan the marriage. And here we are. Marriage boot camp, 2019, 321 days deep. Dealing with the problem, dealing with the pressure, dealing with the pain of marriage. Because you planned the wedding, but you did not plan the marriage. Recall and review. Two divorcees decided to get married. So we understood the thing of planning the marriage and not planning the wedding.
Right. We speak from experience.
We're speaking from experience. We planned the marriage. We did not plan the wedding. Too many people plan the wedding, but they do not plan the marriage. And then, like I said, two divorcees. Then you end up divorced because you planned the wedding and you did not plan the marriage. We want to help you plan the marriage. Too many people plan the wedding. Lady Belle, I don't know why I'm stuck here, because somebody planning on getting married.
Right.
Somebody planning on asking somebody to marry them.
Right.
Somebody's engaged.
Right.
Do not just plan your wedding, you got to plan the marriage. You got to plan the marriage. 2 weeks ago, we went over the wedding vows. What were some of those wedding vows, Lady Belle, that we take?
Here we go.
Just do the highlight, for better or for worse.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poor.
For richer or poor.
For sickness and in
For
health.
sickness and in health. Until what?
Until death do us
Until
part.
death do us part. That's planning a marriage. You can't plan one day, Lady Belle. Everybody's going to celebrate with you one day.
One day.
Everybody's going to show up for that one day. Everybody's going to smile for that one day. But you cannot just plan the wedding. You got to plan the marriage. Right. You got to plan for the pain. Right. You got to plan for the pressure. You got to plan for the problem. There's going to be pain, Lady Belle. Mm-hmm. We got some. There's going to be problems, Lady Belle. We got some. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some pressure. We got some. Yeah. But you got to know how to deal with the pain, the problems, and the pressure. Mm-hmm. You see, we take the wedding vow. But we can't even start with the wedding vow. Like we said, we got to go back another step. Mm-hmm. After that man said, "Will you marry me?" Mm-hmm. And you take that ring and say yes or no. You say yes. Me and Lady Belle been discussing this all week because we knew we wanted to go here. When you gather together in the church, first thing, the pastor is at the altar. The groomsman is at the altar. The father brings the bride down the aisle to present her to the groomsman. Now, we was confused because, it might vary from wedding to wedding. It depends on how you plan your wedding. But either the pastor asks, who gives this woman to this man? That's one of the first things that is said. Who gives this woman to this man? We was debating on, is that the first thing the pastor says, or the first thing the pastor said? We are gathered together in the sight of God, in the presence of all these witnesses, to join together Keisha and Tyrone in holy matrimony. If there is anyone that believes they should not be joined together, speak now or forever hold your peace. We've been reading this and we've been studying this. Speak now or forever hold your peace. As we studied that, we realized, speak now. If you know a reason why I should not marry Vicky, you got some dirt on me when we got married, you should say, hey, hold up. Vicky, you need to know this before you get married him. You got some dirt on Vicky. You got something on Vicky that I didn't know. Hey, hold up. Don't do it. Now, if you sit there, speak now or forever hold your peace. We talking about present tense. Right there, when they getting ready to get married. If you know a reason for them not to get married, speak now or forever hold your peace. Don't wait till they get married, then run around telling everybody, yak. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Zip it. If you didn't say it then, don't say it.
If you didn't say it then, don't say it now. Pastor asked, who gives this woman to this man? Now there we go. This is a man-to-man transaction. Fathers got to do their homework. You raise your daughter, who gives this woman to this man? This is a man-to-man transaction. There's not enough man-to-man transaction. Little Ray Ray is giving his mama away. Johnny is giving his sister away. Mama is giving her daughter away. There's not enough man-to-man transaction, Lady Bell. This is supposed to be a man-to-man transaction. Father believes, all right, Tyrone, you're going to take care of Keisha. So I'm going to give you Keisha. Because I raised Keisha, 21, 25, 30 years old. I raised Keisha. And I'm going to give Keisha to you, believing that you're going to take care of my baby girl. She's no longer my baby girl, but she's your wife. She's becoming your wife. I'm going to allow you man-to-man transaction, Lady Bell. See, that's why Keisha can't be Keisha Jones Smith. Keisha got to be Keisha Smith because it's a man-to-man transaction. And when you do a man-to-man transaction, the father is saying, I'm giving you my daughter. I'm entrusting my daughter's life to you. So you can strip my name off. She's no longer Keisha Jones. I'm allowing you to make her Keisha Smith. Now, if she want to stay Keisha Jones Smith, you need to have a conversation with her. Because obviously she don't believe that you can take the place of her father, that you can't take care of her, that you can't love her, that you can't protect her. She don't need to be reminded that she's Keisha Jones Smith. She's no longer Keisha Jones Smith. She's Keisha Smith. Am I right or wrong, Lady Bell?
Yes, you are.
Lady Bell said I was right on that. We are gathered together in the sight of God in the presence of all these witnesses. All these witnesses. So when you start having problems, when you start having pain, when you start having pressure, and when people say, stay out of my marriage, stay out of my business. Now, this is just my opinion. This is my opinion, Lady Bell. Before God and all these witnesses, you witness for better or for worse. You heard me say that. You witness in rich or poor. You witnessed that. You heard me say that. You saw me take them vows till death do us part. You have every right to get in my business. If you're coming in love,
Right.
if you're coming in wisdom, if you're coming to help us, you witness it. You're supposed to say, no, Rob, you said till death do you part. I'm a witness. If I go out and kill somebody and 3 or 4 other people see me do it, they're going to call those witnesses up, right? Did you see Robert shoot that man? Did he have a gun in his hand? Did you hear him say, I'm going to shoot you and kill you? She's a witness. So a witness is allowed to be called forth and say, hey, if you invite people to your wedding, they come to witness the vows. You got to entrust your marriage to them. You got to, see, that's why you can't just plan the wedding. You got to plan the marriage. You got to, when you invite people to your wedding, you're entrusting your life to them. You're entrusting your marriage to them. They witness. Why do you call them there? Not just to celebrate, not just to sing, but to be a witness.
And to help hold you accountable in your marriage.
And to help hold you accountable in your marriage. See, that's why you can't have 400 or 500 people just to make it look like it's a big thing. You got to invite people that love you. You got to invite people that got your best interests at heart. You got to invite people that believe that Tyrone is going to take care of Keisha.
Right.
Tyrone going to invite people that he loves. Look, yeah, you know what? I love Johnny and the boys, but Johnny and all the boys ain't got to be there. Because I know when time gets tough between me and you, I know Johnny and the boys might not be there. But I know Mike is going to be there. I know Carl is going to be there. I know Greg is going to be there. Everybody ain't going to be there. Some people just want to come to the wedding just to see, just to talk. They shouldn't have did that. They spent too much. They didn't spend enough. You got to invite witnesses that are going to hold you accountable to your vows, Lady Bell. Everybody ain't going to hold you accountable to your vows because everybody ain't looking for better or for worse. Some people just looking for worse. Everybody ain't looking for richer and poor. Some people just looking for poor. Some people just come to see, let's see. From the moment you said I do, they already put you on the clock. Is it going to be 6 months? Is it going to be a year? Is it going to be 2 years? Sometimes, as soon as you say I do, people put you on the clock. I give them 5 years. I give them 10 years. They only gave me and Vicky 2 years. 23 years later, we still grinding, we still pushing, we still fighting. For better or for worse, richer or poor, in sickness and in health. Everybody ain't on your side, so if you planning on getting married, you planning on the wedding, you ain't got to invite everybody. Invite people that's going to hold fast to your vows and hold you fast to your vows.
And surround yourself with good couples, strong marital couples.
After you get married, you got to surround yourself with some good, strong couple that say, hey, didn't you take a vow to that woman? Didn't you make a vow? It's going to be some hard time. It's going to be some heartaches. It's going to be some pain. It's going to be some broken vows. That's marriage. That's marriage. Let me go here, Lady Bell. And when you get around them people that say, we've been married for 20 years. We've been married for 25 years. We've been married for 30 years. And we don't never bring up the D word. We don't never bring up the divorce word. We don't never say that word divorce. They lying. Divorce crosses everybody's mind. You might be having a bad month. You might be having a bad day. You might be having a bad year. In my case, I had 2 bad years. Divorce crosses people's mind. So you wake up and say, man, I've been in this for 20 years. Do I want another 20 years? I've been in this for 30 years. Or somebody might be acting foolish. You tired of me? No, I ain't tired of you. You tired of me? What, you want a divorce? No, I don't want a divorce. Do you want a divorce? If you want one, you get one. So when you hear them people and then they say, we've been married 30 years, 35 years, and divorce ain't never came up. And then you look up and they divorce. You know how many friends that mentor us, that was married 40 and 45 years, that walked away? How do you marry somebody and walk away after 40 years?
You have to stay connected.
How do you walk away after 40 years? I need somebody to answer that. I got a friend that got divorced after 45 years. That still hurts me. How do you walk away after 45 years? I done invested 23 years and I can't see walking away. How could... I ain't gonna get emotional, Lady Bell. But I know how you walk away. See, I set my own self up. See, because we went from the wedding vows, the father and groomsman, man-to-man transaction. We say before God and all these witnesses. You got witnesses that's supposed to hold you accountable. But the problem is what we do, instead of rehearsing our wedding vows, instead of renewing our wedding vows, after a few years, some people after a year, some people after 5 years, we stop saying our wedding vows, and then we start giving our memorandum rights. We start enforcing the law on each other. Lady Bell, instead of saying for richer, for poor, for better and for worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us part, then we start saying stuff like, what's the memorandum right say?
You have the right to remain silent.
You have the right to remain silent. Sometimes we don't even want someone to say nothing because I have the right to remain silent. But it's some things I need to say. But I have the right to remain silent because if I don't remain silent, read number 2, Lady Bell.
Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Anything I say can be used against me? Wait a minute, but for better or for worse, Lady Bell, for richer or poor, now you read me my memorandum rights. Anything I say can and will be held against me. But I have the right to remain silent. I got some pain I need to talk about. We got some problems we need to talk about, Lady Bell. We got some pressure we need to talk about, but you don't want to talk about it because I have the right to remain silent because I know anything I say to you, anything you say to me can and will be used against me. And I want to tell you what I'm going through, but you might use it against me. I want to tell you about the problem, but you might use it against me. You want to tell me what's wrong, but I might use it against you. So I have the right to remain silent. So instead of coming to you in love and in peace and in joy and in understanding, I'm going to remain silent. Read number 3, Lady Bell.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer.
I have the right to talk to a lawyer, but wait a minute. I made these vows before God and all these witnesses. Now I need a lawyer to talk to you. Finish, Lady Bell.
And have him present with you.
And have him present with me, my lawyer.
While you're being questioned.
While I'm being questioned. But didn't I take my vows before God and all the witnesses? Now I have the right to remain silent. Because anything I say can used against me. But I can have a lawyer present. If I wish. Finish that, Lady Bell.
If you cannot afford to have a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before questioning.
If I cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to me before any questioning.
If you wish.
If I wish. Who gives this woman to this man? I do, said the Father. If there's anything that anybody believes that these two should not be married, speak now or forever hold your peace. But y'all are witnesses to my better, my worse, my richer, poor, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. I should have all those witnesses. I should be able to talk to. But because now instead of renewing my vows, instead of renewing our vows, we quote memorandum rights to each other. Read number 4, Lady Bell. We on number 4?
No, we're on number 5.
Number 5. Read number 5, Lady Bell.
You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions.
I can decide at any time. Go ahead.
Or make a statement. You don't have to. Okay.
I don't have to make a statement. At any time, I can exercise my right. These are my memorandum rights. These are my people don't quote their wedding vows anymore. They don't renew their wedding vows anymore. Now we under memorandum rights. I got to read this one more time, Lady Bell. You have the right to remain silent. But Lady Bell, I have some things we need to talk about. But you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. That's what husband and wives are these days. Everything I say, she want to use it against me. Everything he do, she want to use it against him.
See, that's not good. That's not healthy.
He don't want to say nothing because he need a lawyer present. But instead of having a lawyer present before God and all these witnesses, you need to call some of them witnesses that saw you took the vow. You ain't got to call them all. You got to call a few of them. Hey, me and Vicky having a hard time right now. And we need somebody who we can talk to because I have the right to remain silent because anything I say can be used against me. But I don't want what I tell Vicky. I don't want her to use it against me. So I need some witnesses. I need y'all to come and witness. some of the pain that we're dealing with. I need y'all to witness some of the problems that we're dealing with. Now, you have the right to talk to an attorney. I don't want to talk to an attorney. I want to talk to Vicky. But we need some witnesses. Because the Bible says, if you have an ought with your brother, then we're going to wrap this up, lady. If you have an ought with your brother, if you have a problem with your brother, I live and die by this. If I have an ought with my wife, if I have a problem with my wife, if I got some pain with my wife, the Bible said, if you have an ought with your brother, go to them. Go to them and talk to them. And then if they do not hear you, if Vicky got a problem with me, she has some witnesses she can go to. If Vicky have a problem with me, she has some people that we are in covenant with, that we are in relationship, that she can go to and say, Robert is tripping. I got 6 sisters. Vicky don't have a problem calling my sisters when I act up. She can call my sisters when I act up. When you have an ought with your brother, go to them and talk to them. They shouldn't have to remain silent. Everything they say should not be used against them. If you have an ought with your brother, go to them and talk to them and tell them. And then if they do not hear you, if Vicky have a problem with me, come to me. If you got a problem with me, come to me. Let me tell you why something. If you have a problem with your husband, go to him first. Not your girlfriend, not your sword war, and definitely not the pastor. Don't go talking to the pastor about your husband and you ain't had no conversation with your husband.
That's blindsiding him. That's not right.
Say that again.
That's blindsiding him. That's not right.
That's not right. You don't go talk to the problem you have. Listen, ladies. Don't go talk to your husband about your husband unless you don't talk to him, no matter what the issue is. Now, like I said, if you have an ought with your husband, if you have an ought with your wife, you go to them. And then if they do not hear you, then you go get two or three of those witnesses that saw the vows that y'all took.
But I think that's why it's important to have a marriage couple, a couple that you see fruits in their marriage that you can go to and talk about, that they open up and don't mind sharing it with you, because they could have gone through something that can alleviate a lot of stress and anxiety in your marriage, just if they share that with you. If they don't share, then that might not be the couple for you to use as a mentor.
A couple that y'all agree upon.
Right.
Not a couple. Listen, I got to tell you why this, because I know a lot of you wives have this issue. You just can't go to Keisha and Tyrone and say, hey, Keisha and Tyrone, Robert tripping and this and that. Robert might not like Keisha and Tyrone. So you can't tell Keisha and Tyrone Robert's issues. Maybe you can go to Carl and Chrissy and tell Carl and Chrissy about Robert's issues, because Robert got love for Carl and Chrissy. Carl and Chrissy got love for Rob and Vicky. You just can't go. Like I said, if you have an ought with your husband, you go to him first. If you have a problem with your wife, you go to her first. And then if they don't hear you, you go to 2 or 3 witnesses that your husband loves. Somebody who you can say, hey, but before you go to 2 or 3 witnesses, hey, talk to your husband. Look, I don't try to talk. If you don't talk to him about the issue, look, baby, I don't try to talk to you about this. You ain't hearing me. We don't talk, but we still got this issue. We need some help. Can we go talk to Carl and Chrissy? Can we go talk to Pat? Can we go talk to Sandra? Can we go talk to John? Can we go talk to somebody? We need some help. Now, if you don't already confront him and he don't want to deal with it, you got to go to somebody that man love, that when you tell them the issue, you really ain't got to tell them the issue. You can just come and say, hey, can y'all come to the house so-and-so time? Me and Robert need to talk to y'all. And then you let your husband know, hey, look, so-and-so is coming over. We need to talk. We need to talk. I ain't told them what's going on, but we need to talk to somebody. A lot of your pain, a lot of your problem, a lot of your issues they ain't going to be solved. You always going to have pain. You always going to have problems. You always going to have pressure.
That's called life.
That's called life. After you pray, after you go to church, after you read the word, after you study the word, after you pray, and after you get an understanding, you're still going to have pain. You're still going to have problems. You're still going to have pressure. After you've been washed in the blood, after you call on Jesus, I'm going to say this, then we're wrapping up, Lady Bell. Jesus is not bewitched. He's not going to wiggle his nose and all your problems are going to go away. Jesus is not genie in a bottle. You're not going to open that bottle. He's going to come out and you're going to get 3 wishes and make your husband Mr. Perfect. Jesus is not Aladdin on the carpet. He's not going to come by and swoop you up and take you away from all your pain, problems, and pressure. You got to live by these vows, not by your memorandums. You good, Lady Bell?
Yeah, well, one thing I wanted to say, Paul always had that thorn in his side and never went away.
Paul always had that thorn in his side. He sought the Lord 3 times, and the Lord said, my grace is sufficient. Deal with your pain. Deal with that problem. Deal with that pressure. As a team. Team Bell, 1 plus 1 will always be
1.
2 is bigger, but it's still
1.
1,000, but 2.
10,000.
371 days deep, 44 days left. Team Bell.
Soul Train Award.
Did it record?
Soul Train.